Hello. What's up, everybody? Um, Waiting for people to tune in to this live. It's Friday night. Obviously, I don't go out much. The kids are asleep. I am chilling at home. It was my last day of work before the holidays, so I'm stoked. Happy holidays to everyone. Um, yeah, stoked to not be working for a few days. Obviously, I got to work, got to keep the boat rolling, got to keep Frankie alive, run some sales stuff for Boxing Day, all that good stuff. But other than that, I'm off enjoying family. Gonna go snowboarding. What else am I gonna do? Happy holidays, JBL. Gonna go see the family. We're going to the beach. Even though it's Canada, it's going to be cold as, but I'm going to go surfing. Hopefully, surfing on New Year's Day because I don't drink booze anymore. Yeah, going to do some fun stuff. Anybody out there want to chat? Who's got questions? There's 7 people on here right now. 7 whole live people. King's Motion Script. Talking about a snapback hat, King's Motion Script. Sports specialty. I don't know what the motion means. I live. Reply. Still 7 people on here. I don't know, man. I feel like snapbacks have gone down in value. You know, they're not popping like they used to be. If it's dead stock, King's Script, I'd say probably still like 80 to $100, maybe more. What is up, Emery Palm? Shout out Emery Palm. Yeah, I don't know, man. 80 to $100 maybe. It's hard to sell those though, so good luck finding a buyer. Now I only got 6 people on here. It's Friday night. Everyone's at the bar. Everyone's at the club. Micah wrote, I love your YouTube channel, bro. You have a dope collection, and I really like your style. Thank you. Appreciate that. Where you live, Micah? Put it in the comments. 7 people on here again. Can you guys like this video, please? Give me the thumbs up. So, do any of the 7 people on here make videos? I want to know. Put it in the comments. What do you guys want to hear about? What do you guys want me to talk about? Work? Life? Family? Oregon? Come to Minneapolis? MN? What's in Minneapolis, man? How's the rag down there? Do you pick vintage, Micah, in Oregon, in Portland, or what? So, yeah, let's talk about this year. This was a good year. Had lots of fun. Learned a lot. And made a lot of videos on YouTube, which I didn't do for a long time. Oregon County Fair in July. Come to the Oregon County Fair. That sounds like a hoedown. Love a good county fair. Why the fuck not? Why the fuck not? If I swear on a YouTube video, can I still make money on it? I don't know. It's a tricky question. Denver. It's cool that you had Mars and Chris on the podcast. Yeah, it was cool. Those guys are G's. Chris is a rad dude. Mars is a rad dude. ThriftCon was sick. Any of the 8 people watching this video go to ThriftCon? Let me know. I'm in Eugene, but yeah, Portland has some cool vintage stores. Portland does have cool vintage stores. I haven't been to Eugene. I got to check it out. I'm coming to Denver, hopefully. Obviously, you heard the podcast because you knew that I had Chris on there. He invited me to come snowboarding. Super stoked to get out to Denver, shred. Maybe check out ThriftCon Denver. We'll see. Ugly Brody TV. ThriftCon was fire. Yeah, it was good times, man. I was stoked. The vibes were good. People were having fun. Everyone was doing it. Bought a ticket but couldn't go to ThriftCon. Oh well, you only lost like $10, so it's not that big a deal. I vended the last 2 Denver ThriftCons. Wish I made it out to LA. DTOF 100. Yeah, the LA one was good, but I'm sure Denver's good. I want to get out there, you know, low key, better prices maybe because LA prices are inflated. Grab some heat. Do you think Canada will ever have the amount of bins outlets that the States will? No, never. Do you know how many people live in Canada? America has 350 million people. Canada only has 35 million people. That means America is 10 times the size of Canada by population, but only about the same size as Canada by landmass. We have a lot of empty space in Canada. There's no way the amount of people can sustain a lot of bins, so we will never have that many bins. Although I think that there probably will be some bins popping up eventually in the big cities, but it'll probably take a while. Favorite vintage store in NYC? I recently saw Procel at the Rose Bowl. Procel store's rad, very curated. Procel's a nice dude. We've done some stuff in the past. I like his vibe. Metropolis is like a pretty good store, high prices, but not so curated. I don't know. I don't go to New York very much. What's the history on the 100% organic beneficial teas? You're talking about the Patagonia teas, J Cubby? Yeah, so the 100% organic beneficial teas, Patagonia was one of the first companies to start harvesting organic cotton. I think at that point, like in the late 80s, early 90s, nobody was doing it, and they realized that the cotton was a heavy polluting crop, and it was really bad for the planet. So they decided to grow organic cotton and start promoting organic cotton farms and all that good stuff. So I think they were the first to do it. Yeah, I don't know much story beyond that, except it's rad that they did it, and it's kind of opened up the game to other people. Sustainable fashion in general now is blowing up. A lot of companies are jumping on it as a trend, as a vibe. I don't know how many people are doing it authentically because they actually want to help the problem. But obviously, vintage is the number one answer to that problem. So shout out to anybody watching this who's a vintage head, who sells vintage, who buys vintage, because we are the number one front for sustainable fashion. There's lots of other ways to be sustainable and better for the planet. I mean, nothing is really sustainable, but organic cotton is a much healthier way. It's better for the earth, like for the actual land the cotton's grown on. You know, there's lots of other ways to be sustainable. The argument's very deep, though, of what is actually sustainable, because it's like you can go buy a jacket made out of pop bottles or a synthetic garment made out of pop bottles, but how much energy did it take to turn those pop bottles into the fabric that you made the jacket out of? So sure, you're saving pop bottles from landfill, but did the energy consumption completely outweigh the benefit of saving those pop bottles? I don't have the answer to that, but those are the questions, if you want to really go deep into sustainability, that you got to ask. You know, I guess in the end of the day, wearing natural fibers is obviously way better for the planet than wearing synthetic fibers, but 90% of what everybody wears these days is synthetic fibers. Now, natural fibers, the only really natural fibers is hemp, cotton, wool. I mean, the vegans out there don't like the wool, so that's off the table, really. But because those will break down over time, and you can landfill them, and they would disintegrate eventually and turn to dirt. Synthetic fibers won't, because they're made from oil, they're made from plastic. Who wants to hear me ramble on about sustainable fashion some more? I can go deep here. Got another question. How would you price a Jamie Foxx and Malcolm X mosquito head? I don't know, man. The mosquito heads are like all subjective, but I'd say like 500 plus for sure. Did you hear Virgil said streetwear is dead? Yeah, Jay Cubby, Virgil said streetwear is dead. He said everyone should dig into their closet, pull out vintage from their archives. I just think what he meant by that was, yeah, no, Jamie Foxx and the Malcolm X are two different shirts, mosquito head. The Jamie Foxx Geez, I don't know, man. I don't think I've had that one recently, but I would say that one probably is worth more. I would say like, yeah, 700 plus. It's hard to say. I don't know. I don't know exactly. Okay, back to Virgil Abloh, what he said about streetwear is dead and the state of fashion. Now, do you guys out there consider Off-White and what Virgil does streetwear, or do you consider it high fashion, or what do you consider it? Because basically what he's saying is like, I consider that like a up-leveled streetwear. So is he saying his own brand is dead? I don't think so. I think what it really did is brought more attention to him in general. It's kind of just blowing up because everyone's reposting it. But is it really gonna sway anybody's opinion? Is it gonna sway anybody's opinion on streetwear? What he said? I don't think so. I don't think it's dead. I think it'll actually make it stronger, what he said. But what he's saying is dig into your closet, get the vintage archives going, and promote your personal style. Be individual. There's so much clothes out there available in the thrift in the world already that you don't even need to buy any new clothes to ever be amazingly fashionable and stylish. And there's so much access to it. So, I mean, first of all, like, you don't need any of that expensive crap or streetwear in the first place to be stylish. Style comes from within, and style is about how you actually put clothes together to look good. Yeah. So that's my thoughts on Virgil Abloh's comment. Now, I like Virgil Abloh. I think he designs cool stuff. I think his MO, his attitude is really good. He open sources what he does. He helps people. He gives people open information. I like that he was an architect before he was into fashion. He's a DJ. He's just really about the culture, and I really think it's cool. Anybody got more questions? What topics do you want me to delve into? The deep, dark secrets of the universe. The secrets to being happy in this life. What goes into upcycling cotton to make new t-shirts from old ones? Okay, the process. Okay, so my parents used to have a company called Ecofiber. I did a video about it. You can go back and see that video, Ecofiber. Super rad. They actually took waste from the cotton mills and the cuttings. So when you cut a t-shirt out of cotton, there's obviously scrap. Every time you cut fabric, there's going to be scrap because there's the trim around where you cut. It goes in the trash and it never gets recycled usually. We actually pay for our cuttings to be recycled through this company called FabCycle, and then that company takes it and pays it to get rid of it, and it goes to like stuffings for couches and all this different stuff. But there's too much of it to all be recycled. There's just way too much of it. How cotton gets recycled into new yarn is that they take those scraps and the scraps from the mill and all the scraps that's waste, and they actually respin it. So they take it with a process and they respin it back into string, back into the cotton fiber, and then they make new fabric out of that, but it has to be a heavier weight. So like if you look at the old Ecofiber t-shirts my parents were making, the weight of the cotton is like quite a bit thicker. It's 100% natural cotton, but it's like thicker than the t-shirts you get now. Super cool. It's a big process, but it's super rad. I think there's a couple companies doing it out there. Okay, there's 19 people watching this right now. Please ask me questions and like this video. Give it the thumbs up. What questions you got? What does everybody want for Christmas? That's the question. Have you guys all been good this year to deserve presents for Christmas? Ugly Brody TV asks, what is your opinion on the younger generation getting into vintage? I'm all about it. I am an old head by age, but I'm a young kid by mindset, okay? So I'm hype on it. I love the new energy coming into the business. I think it's rad. I think we need new people coming into business to keep the business going and keep the business growing, which it is growing. So I'm all about it. I love seeing what people are into. I love seeing like the next gen's like take on it. I like seeing people that are coming into the business and changing things and doing innovative stuff. So I'm all about it. Rag houses or bins? I mean, I'm a rag house guy. Been going to rag houses my whole life. We don't have bins here in Canada, so I say rag house over bins. But shout out if you're a bin rat. If you're a bin rat, go get it. Go there, stay there for the whole day. My advice for the bins is don't show up for an hour at the bins and expect to score. Go to the bins, spend your full 8 hour day there. You might have 2, 3 shitty days, but then you might have a day like the boys in Denver did, and they're going to roll out bins full of rap tees and Malcolm X and bootleg Barts. You never know. You got to put in the time. Hard work pays. Don't be lazy. Go get it. Okay. Been on here for 16 minutes. I got 21 people watching this video. I know it's Friday night. Everyone's probably out having fun. Someone's hitting from Mexico. Saludos desde Mexico. I'm assuming that says shout out Mexico. Don't know. Don't speak Spanish that well. I did take Spanish in high school. They tried to teach me French in Canada. They tried to teach you French in Canada. I could not do French, but when I went to school in the States for a couple of years, I learned a little bit of Spanish. Way more down with Espanol. Okay, what do we got? What do we got? Anybody want to know something? What do you want to know? Okay, well, I think I'm going to tune out. Just wanted to say hey. Hope everybody has a wicked holidays. Spend time tuning out. Put your phones down. Take a break from technology. Enjoy your families. Enjoy your kids if you got any. And just be grateful for the lives you live. Everybody who's watching this has access to a computer. It means your life is good. You're already way better off than probably 80% of the human population. So be grateful for what you have. Something, I mean, this is my Drew's motivational advice here on this live, okay? You can't have a negative thought and a positive thought in your brain at the same time. You can't be happy and sad at the same time, really. So focus on the positive, focus on being grateful, and it will turn your mood around at any time. At any time in the day. If you're feeling down, just focus on being grateful. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and focus on what you're grateful for, what makes you happy in this life. That's it. But someone asked a question since I was talking about being grateful. I'm grateful for all you guys for watching this crap and watching me ramble on. And I'm so grateful that you appreciate it. Okay, someone wrote, I can't find anything about ecofiber. Okay, go look at my other video about ecofiber. Just put ecofiber into YouTube. There's a video on it. They sold the company in the 90s. So this is before internet. There's not going to be a lot about ecofiber on the internet. How have you done in garage sales? I have found some stuff in garage sales, but I've struck out a million times in yard sales as well. My advice to yard sales is if you go to a yard sale and they don't have any closeout, you got to ask them, especially if they're old people and they're moving. You say, yo, I'm really interested in clothes. Most times people who have yard sales don't think anybody wants their clothes. They just don't assume that their clothes is worth shit. So they won't put it out. So I would say just ask. You got to ask. That's another good piece of advice from me today. If you want something in this life, ask for it. If you want a job, go ask for it. If you want a raise, go ask for it. If you want someone's clothes from their basement and they have a yard sale, go ask for it. You can't get it unless you ask for it. If you want a Lamborghini, ask the universe for it. Although I'm going to say this is rambling on again. I don't know why everybody wants to get rich and have fucking Lamborghinis. Like, that's kind of the last thing I would buy if I was rich. I would buy, okay, I mean, I have money. Sure, I'm comfortable. My businesses do well. I get a salary. But I'm not, like, balling out of control. I'm not grossing personal net income of $1 million a year or something. if I had that excess money, what I would do is I would go buy a beach house on a sick surf break and hang out there a lot. That's what I'm going to do with my money, not buy a Lamborghini. Fuck that. Images or anything? There's images on my video and there's images on my Instagram. Go follow my Instagram at Drew Heifetz. You'll see some ecofiber images. How is it spelled? The ecofiber is just ECO. Appreciate the motivation. Emery, appreciate it. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for saying that. Found a starter jacket with the Miami Dolphins logo, but says Miami Machine. No insight. It must be a different team. Might be like a farm team, like a feeder team to the Dolphins. Check it out. How are you so good at dead stock hauls? I mean, you got to put the work in. You want to find dead stock, you got to go dig it. You got to find it. You got to dig it. You got to like hustle. You got to make contacts. You got to get out there and get it. You got to hit the streets, beat the streets. Okay, here is a dead stock digging tip. This tip, write this shit down. If you live in a major city in America, if you live in Chicago, Detroit, LA, New York, New Jersey, any of these major like hubs, there's going to be like, you know, parts of the city where you can find dead stock. Who has dead stock? Old stores that couldn't sell it, and then they didn't do a lot of business, and they just left shit in their basement, and it's like you just got to go find it. Find stores that sell hair extensions and weaves and stuff like that, like community stores like that, where they would have a bit of clothes, hair products, hair extensions, all these different things, and like just go check those stores. Trust me, you'll find shit. Easy ecom, etc. When were you at the Camp of Champions? I went in 2002 instead of my senior trip. It was rad. Yo, easy. Sick. You went to Camp of Champions 2002. That's so rad. I would have been in Whistler in 2002. I mean, in 2002, I was 22, man. So I probably worked on the glacier in 2002. But when I was a camper at Camp of Champions, it was like 93, 94. So almost 10 years before you. But I lived in Whistler in 2002. If you went to the skate park, dude, you probably saw me skating the park in 2002, or I saw you skating the park. I was there. I was just a snowboard rat, doing my thing, having a good time in Whistler, so I was definitely there. You're the man. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. Ken Cush, Dig Tip 101, New York. Okay, that's it. No more comments are coming in. Again, happy holidays. I appreciate you all. Feliz Navidad. Happy Hanukkah. We are going into the future. 2020, 2020, 2020. See you in 2020. Get ready for a sick year. Make some sick New Year's resolutions. Make them big because you can get it if you really try. Bye-bye.